Welcome back to Rags to Riches, a beginner's guide. In this series, we're starting off from a level 1 in 2024 and showing you what I would do, which is what I am doing, if I had to start over all the way from the beginning as a level 1. So far in episode 1, I've showed you getting started, everything you need to know, the basics of GTA 5 Online. I showed you how to make $1 million without any businesses. And then in episode 2, we showed you how to start up your first business, getting started, purchasing, setting up your first business. And this series is going to keep running until we hit 50 million. That was the goal I set for myself. So if you're a beginner and you're like, you know what, I'd love to have all the businesses in the game with $50 million. This series is for you. We're on episode 3, and in this episode, we're going to be talking about selling in a public lobby versus invite-only lobby, things you should look out for, things you should keep in mind, what time you should sell, what day you should sell, all of this stuff. As well as, since this is our first business, we are going to be talking about how to maximize this thing. There's a lot of people. I am blown away. There's some people that have been playing this game for a long time. They're like level 200, 250, 300, been playing it for years. That when this acid lab came out, they decided to just screw it and be like, I'm not going to deal with this thing because you just don't get enough money. Well, I'm going to be showing you the difference between as it is right now as a base acid lab, which is what some people think is the only thing you can do, versus what it's like when we upgrade it. You shouldn't do the acid lab as a business unless you upgrade it. And if you don't upgrade it, you probably don't do the acid lab as a business because you think it's awful, which from the comments in the last video explains a lot. All right, guys. Anyway, if you followed along, like I've said, the first episode, if you're new, definitely watch these in order because the first episode is showing you guys exactly what you should be looking out for, not just in the first episode and the first day of playing, but this is things I showed you how to make $1 million without any businesses. And a lot of the stuff was stuff you can do every single day, even when you're a level 1000. It doesn't matter. So if you want to make $1 million without any businesses, check that video out first. And then the second video, the one just before this, we showed you how to start up your first business from scratch, basically, which is this one right here behind us. A very solo-friendly beginner business. And it's passive. It runs in the background. You don't need to do anything. All you need to do is supply this thing and it'll start making produce and then you have to sell it. Now, like I say, in this video, there's a couple things I wanted to talk about. Number one, what we're going to do is we're going to sell an acid lab. I was going to say the briquade. It is a briquade 6x6, but we're going to sell this acid lab. If you want to see how we got this acid lab, again, check out the video before this one, episode 2. But what we're going to be doing in this video is once you've done one resupply, so you just purchased the acid lab or you just set it all up, and then you have to do, you don't purchase it, by the way, don't spend millions on this thing. Again, watch the video before this one. You get it basically for free, and then you have to spend 750k on supplying it. But once you've got that and you have everything set up, you can come on in here and you can speak to Mutt and you can source more cargo. And this is our baseline. This is without doing any upgrades. We're going to do one sell mission with no upgrades, just so you guys can see the difference between the base acid lab and the upgraded acid lab to see if you think it's worth it. So as you can see right now, there's still a little bit of supplies down there on the bottom. So we're not going to be selling it until that is fully empty and we've done one full resupply, then we'll sell it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to Mutt. And when you speak to him, you can see customized acid lab upgrades, acid lab equipment. And this is the one we are going to be doing the second sell mission here today. And don't worry, we'll be talking about invite only versus public, the best times to do it, what to look out for, all of that stuff when it comes to selling these things. But this, it says call Dax to complete 10 Fooligan jobs. If you saw last episode, I had mentioned in order to do this upgrade, you need to complete 10 Dax Fooligan jobs. These are not first dose or last dose missions. These are ones where you specifically have to either walk on over to Dax and request one. Sometimes he's in the office. He's always around here somewhere. But you can either walk over to him like this and request it. You can see I have a short delay because I still have one left to do. I've completed 9. I have one left to do, which we'll be able to do here in a second. Or if you're out and about, you can just call him. There is a cooldown, like I say, a 48-minute cooldown. So you want to make sure you're starting these as soon as possible. As soon as the acid lab missions start up, first dose, make sure in between you are doing the Dax Fooligan job cell missions as often as you can. Because like I say, there's an hour cooldown almost between each one of them. So you just want to be able to jump in and get it done. So that way we can fully upgrade this thing, which I'm going to be showing you here in this video. So without further ado, let's jump into our unupgraded, our basic acid lab and see how much money we can make from one resupply in a public lobby, and we'll talk about that as well here in a second. Let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our acid lab is ready. The product we purchased, or that we ordered, 60,000 if you remember, that was one resupply. And when we first got it, I think we did a boost production as well, so it should have moved up a little bit quicker. But we're going to be selling this in a public lobby, so let me show you exactly what you need to do here. So if you go to GT, or you go to online, find new session, we are currently in an invite. We're going to head on over to a public. All right, now we're in a public lobby. I hate it. I hate it. I hate that Hold on. Let me just get rid of this embarrassment. I literally entered a public lobby. The microphone was on, and I said, all right, now we're in a public lobby. Oh, no. Sorry, we went in and we dipped. Perfect. I've turned off the bloody speaker too. But now we're in a public lobby, and this one looks good. Now, typically, if you watch all my other videos and guides, I'm on PC. So on PC, we have hackers and modders, which is mainly the thing that gets me the most. I feel like just griefers that chase you and try blowing you up, I don't have too much issues with those. It's mainly hackers and modders. So I feel like on console, since there's no hackers and modders, the griefers are probably worse. But anyway, we're in a public lobby, as you guys can see. And the thing is, with the acid lab, it's one of the few businesses that you sell in a public lobby that people tend to kind of leave you alone. I think it's mainly because you're on a motorcycle and people don't want to chase you around. You're a small target. But it is one of the places where you can kind of be left alone. All right, so what you're going to have to do is, because you can't launch any cell missions from inside of here, inside the freak shop. So we're just going to drive this thing out. All right, now here we are outside. And if you hold, as you can see on the top left there, if you hold the right button, it'll take us into the back of the truck. Now, these are the things you have to look out for, and what I typically look out for on PC, but since this is console, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little different. So first things first, you can see there's 22 people in here. So we are going to get the high demand bonus, which is what we're looking for. Let's actually, first of all, just in case, since we have a lot of cash sitting on us right now, if we go to money and services and then just go to Maze Bank, let's deposit all the cash we have on us, just in case. Okay, so there's the cash deposited. So now what we need to do is, if we go into online, typically on PC, I would look out for numbers like a level 1000 or 6666 or, 8888. Those are typically modders and hackers. But inside of here, what we're going to be looking at is the mental state. If you look down there on the bottom, it says mental state, and you can see there's this normal, normal, normal. All of these are normal so far. And the reason we're looking for this is because if there's somebody that's kind of maxed out mental state, they're most likely griefers and things like that. And this lobby, there isn't any. So I feel confident that we're going to have a good time. And also on the left there, just above Gerald, you can see Sharkman died. But you want to keep your eye on that, maybe just for a few minutes, and just see what the lobby's feeling like. What do we feel like in this lobby? Is there tons of people killing each other? Is the CEOs attacking each other? You can kind of get an idea as if there's people that are in here that are just trying to kill everyone. And so far, this one seems solid. So we're going to stick in here and we're going to sell this product. So if we walk up to the product here, it won't let me register because there's a max. This is so frustrating. The one thing I don't like about GTA 5 Online, and I hope they will find a way to fix it later on, in GTA 6 at least, is you can see the CEOs. There's too many in here, so I can't actually register as one right now. But I want to, so I'm going to wait and see if I can get in, because this lobby seems really good. Okay, and there we go. We have registered as a VIP of an organization. Now, one of the things you also need to realize, and we're going to do that after this one, is we are going to be changing the name of our acid lab. This first sale mission is going to be just bare bones, basic, giving you an idea of how much money you're going to make from a basic one. Anyway, here we go. Sell mission. Deliver acid lab to the buyers. Like I say, we're on this motorcycle. This is a basic motorcycle too. We haven't upgraded it. All right, let's hang up on Mutt. So now we need to deliver. Get off me. We need to deliver these. So if we look really quick at our map, I think if we start off up here and then come back down is probably going to be the best way. So let's do that. But like I say, on a motorcycle, you can go into ghost mode and all of that sort of stuff. But I feel like on a motorcycle, people tend to keep away. And this is my first time doing this on PC. So I don't know, like, are people going to be crazy in 2024 on PC? There's no hackers and modders in here, so I don't need to worry about people just spawning in front of me. But you do have to worry about just griefers that are going to chase you with jets and things. But like I say, we already checked. There was no people in a crazy state of mind. There's no people, the kill feed isn't going crazy saying people are being murdered. So, you know what I mean? It's not too bad. Okay, so here we go for our first one. So we're just going to drop this acid like right here. Okay, now we need to hop back on. So like I said, I think if we go from there and then we go down, it could be good. Keeping your eye also on the mini-map. You guys saw, or the map. You guys saw there was a lot of people around there. Just keep your eye on the vehicles. Whoop. If it's just people driving around, you can probably drive straight past them down some alleyways and things like that. But if there's people, like this person, what's he doing? He's in a drift car, we're fine. Or in a tuner car. But that person, see there's someone stopped down there. That you kind of, yeah, no, he was fine. Your heart can start racing when you see that. But just keep your eye. As long as there's no tanks driving towards you. Or no, like Harrier fighter jets. Or Oppressor Mark 2s or Oppressor Mark 1s or anything like that. On a motorcycle, you should be good. And like I say, Acid Lab sale missions are one of the easier ones to do because most of the time, you're not going to get griefed. People will leave you alone. No one likes driving or chasing around a motorcycle. All right, let's speed it up to the next one here. All right, here we are at the next spot. We just got to drop this off just like that. And there we go. Let's get back on. We do have the police coming after us, but it's fine. Lose the cops. You know what? We just so happen to be in a place where it's easy to lose the cops. We could, obviously, just try and hide in a little alleyway somewhere. But since we're here, let's just go down here. Hopefully the cops are just going to leave us. A lot of explosions. Okay, I see on my mini-map there's like a tank driving around up there. We'll keep away from him. These cops, man. This new update, the cops are so frustrating. Like, they won't leave you alone. Okay, you see him on our mini-map? We need to avoid him. He's shooting at us. All right, let's try and get away. All right, he's down below. He's definitely chasing us. There he is. Okay, we're good. We're good. He's not gonna be able to hit us with that truck, I don't think. A griefer, though. This is a griefer 101 on console. First time I've seen one, but it's fine. We'll get away. I'm hoping. He is not letting off, though. Oh, my days. This guy really wants us dead. Really wants us dead. Okay, let's go this way. Off the road we go. Down here. I think we've lost him. Again, you're typically gonna not have to worry about people like that. But, yeah, we just got really unfortunate that he just happened to be there. But he's in a pretty slow vehicle. I would be worried if I was on PC, thinking that this guy was a hacker or something. But we're not going to worry about him. He's going to probably try chasing us, but it's fine. We'll get out of here. No one likes chasing motorcycles. All right, let's speed it up to the next one. All right, let's drop off this one. And just like that, it's done. This is where you got to worry about people coming. Not cops again. Jesus, man. All right, let's get rid of these cops. We're just going to go down into this train thing right here since we're here. Just to get rid of them as fast as possible. I swear, like I say, since this newest DLC, which we know is now the Cops and Robbers DLC, they've been putting off for years, the cops are insane. Like, just 2-star wanted level. Like, it used to be so much easier to escape them. Now, not so much. All right, let's see like what our mini-map looks like here. He's right there. This guy is looking for us. He's above us. He's right there. I'm more scared of him than I am these bloody cops, man. I think the train got him. The trade, I think, just saved my life. All right, we got one more. Where's this one? Oh, no, we got two more. Okay. That little guy, though, how annoying is he? Like, he's persistent. He's trying to take us out, for sure. Luckily for us, you know what? How far away is he? So he's going the other way. I think he's kind of leaving us alone now. He doesn't want to... We're on a motorcycle. You can't chase us. He really wants to take me out, though. But, I mean, this is like a good example of, you know, typically not everyone's after you. So when you're selling in a public lobby, don't worry about it too much. But sometimes you will always get that one guy. One of the tips that I forgot to mention to you guys is to always go on your mini-map and look and just see what's out there. Is there some tanks driving around the map? Is there a bunch of oppressors? Is there, you know, people like him that are, like, driving around? That's the best way, in my opinion, to see, you know, get an idea. And I just didn't pay attention to him, and, you know, it is what it is. He's not going to be able to get us, though. I think he's going to end up leaving us alone. Unless we get close to him, he'll start chasing us again. But I think he's learned his lesson, not to chase us, you know what I mean? All right, here we are on number 4. Again, just got to make sure there's no one around us here. That guy in his little tank, he is close, but he's not close enough that I'm worried about him. So now if we go up here, our final drop is right here. And you can see there's a lot of people driving towards us right now. Let's actually get around this corner and get out of here. There's 2 people coming down here. One pretty fast towards us. Hopefully... Yeah, no. They've moved a different way. We're good. All right, let's continue on to our last drop-off. All right, now here we are at the pier for our final drop-off. It seems like we should be... I don't want to jinx myself, but where's the... Is it right down here? Where is it? There it is. Okay. Stash the acid lab. Okay. So now we're just going to have to drive away from the area. But if we were killed right now, it doesn't matter. Everything should succeed. We should get paid for all of these. But we're just going to drive away anyway for the sake of it. But that was fairly lucky. It did a little bit of a fast heart rate there. Just when that guy in his little tank started chasing us multiple times, and when I saw him at the entrance of that tunnel, I'm gonna be honest, my heart rate did kind of drop there. But again, we're on a motorcycle. These are good for a reason. Okay, so there you go, 222,750. I'm gonna write that down. 222,750. That is it. So now what we're gonna do is head on back to our acid lab. Let's upgrade it, because you have to make sure you do the 10 DAX missions first. But upgrade it once you've done the 10 DAX missions. And then we're going to make sure we're going to speed up production. And then we're going to sell it again. But this time, same full public lobby like this. But we're going to have an upgraded acid lab. So we can see the difference and see if it's worth it for you. So one of the things I've just realized, guys, for the stash house is the stash house, that'll fill up your acid lab. Like, originally, I've been doing these for money. I didn't have any businesses. Now that we have the acid lab, we could... theoretically right now have a full acid lab that we can sell. All right, so now let's see what's inside of our acid lab here from doing our G's cash. So always when you're a new lower level player, once you've got the acid lab, okay, so it's full supplies, which is what we were going to do anyway, right? So let's go ahead and boost acid production. So instead of spending the money, we got full supplies just from raiding it. So you're saving yourself what? 60,000 right there. So what we're doing right now is just boosting this up. So it's basically the same thing Bruce, bugger off. It's the same thing we were gonna do, but instead of spending the 60k to get full supplies, it automatically gave us full supplies. So now that we've gone ahead and boosted this thing up, let's just double check. Buy supplies, 12,000. All right, so now you can see we've already got 3,000. We've already got 3,000. So what I'm gonna do right now is we've boosted it. Oh, I forgot. We need to do the bloody... This isn't just about boosting, don't forget. This is about upgrading this acid lab because it'll make it faster and give you more profit. So I need to finish my final fooligan job really quick because I don't want to miss any opportunities here. All right, guys, now we're here back at the freak shop. If we go on over to Mutt here, does our thing have to be... Does the acid lab have to be in... Ugh. Till next time. Now, this lobby has been kind of crazy ever since I did my cell mission. I mean, there's been a lot of people killing each other, a lot of CEOs taking each other out. It's been quite a mess. So we may not, or we may sell in this one. We don't know yet. But let's go ahead and if we go to customize Acid Lab upgrades, Acid Lab equipment, and there we go. We can finally do it. You can see it increases production speed and the value, the sale value of the product. Now, this is what is going to make this business go from being meh. Obviously, I just did one sale mission. We got 222,000, almost 223,000 for being in a public lobby with a high demand bonus. But now we're going to be able to see what we can get with this, which is going to be the upgrade. So for 250, which is basically what we got for our first sell mission. So it pays for itself. So we're going to go ahead and purchase this for 250. And there we go. So obviously the one thing that we're going to want to upgrade is going to be the delivery bike, because this is our sell vehicle. So obviously armor, you're probably going to want to max out. As you can see, it's 24,000. We can afford it, but we're not going to be doing that here today. Brakes, you can do that as well. So the engine upgrade, the transmission upgrade, the turbo upgrade, all of these things will make your bike, your sell vehicle, I should say, just a little bit better. But for now, we're going to wait. We're going to wait until we've done our first sell mission with the upgrade. Now, if we go inside of our Acid Lab again, you can see that we're not going to buy any more. We could resupply right now, but we're not going to. You can see that our supplies, we're still like 3.5 bars, and we've only got 1 bar of product. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait. We're going to wait for this thing to fill all the way up, or the supplies to go all the way down. And then we're going to sell it and see exactly what it is like. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, what do we do in between while we're waiting? So you can do like the photography challenge. Go get 3 of the animals. That'll give you 100,000 while you're waiting. It should take you about an hour, maybe less, maybe 30 minutes if you know where they all are. Or you could go find G's cash. There's a few things you could do. But for me, I'm actually just going to wait until this thing is full. And so what I'm going to do, a little trick of the trade, because, you know, there's a lot of AFK methods. Businesses like this, I believe anyway, this business is one of them. It doesn't actually progress, right? So all of the product, if you log out, your product is going to stop creating product. So what you can do is go AFK. There's a few AFK methods. If you go on my YouTube channel, I do have all of the working AFK methods. But the one that I find is just the simplest is literally just put in a piece of paper or something like that in your controller. So it makes it just turn. You can see my character's turning right now. And I'm just going to put that here to the side. And we're just going to let this go. So I'm going to go. I'll be back. I'm going to go for a run. And we're going to come back. And we're going to sell it. And see how much money. You'll see the difference in money. All right, guys. Just like that, I'm back. I've switched my t-shirt around. But I'm back. And we are back. And you can see it's gone through. But if you look at earlier... And a little bit of, well, take a little look at this. This is the first one we sold. You can see the product was over just a little bit more than this one. So what I'm going to do is, since I need to also, as you can see, become a CEO in a different lobby, but there's too many people in here, so I can't do that right now. So while I'm waiting to try and do that, what I'm going to do is to make it even, I'm going to purchase these supplies right here. And as soon as it gets to where it was on the last sale that we just did, so just basically a little over 3, I'll pause it, because you can pause it too. We want to get as accurate as possible on this. So we're going to wait until that comes in. And while we're waiting, we're going to try, since this lobby is full, we're going to try and become a CEO by basically just standing here and waiting for it to say that there's a spot available. All right, guys, it's official. We are there at the 1 pinch over. You can see down there. We're at the same place as we were last time. So let's go ahead and sell this. I haven't seen the kill feed going too crazy. So let's go ahead and get this thing out onto the street really quick. Exit to cab, because we can't be inside of the freak shop when you do it. Don't forget. You can, however, do it from right here. So you can see kill feed's not looking crazy. Let's just double check here. Doesn't look like there's an oppressor all the way up here. Looks like he's protecting that guy, though. And there's somebody else up there. I think we'll be good. I think if you're going to try to attack somebody, if you're a griefer, you're not going to come after the motorcycle guy. You're going to have to go one of those other 2 guys. But there's multiple people selling right now, so I feel like that's good for me. Go away, Yusuf! Okay, so we are also selling, just like everyone else is, in a public lobby. It's a full public lobby once again. Let's see what this thing's like. How many people are in here? How many? I can't even see. All right, so we're going to head on up to A. And then... Okay, A, D. Well, we've got this. How long we got? 20 minutes? Easy peasy. How many people's in here? 29. We're golden. All right, let's do it. So 2 things that's good about this. If you're just starting out and you're thinking to yourself, okay, how do I know what's good or bad as far as these cell missions? We're in a public lobby. There's multiple people doing cell missions. What that means is that if people have been in the lobby for a little bit longer, they feel confident that this is a good place to sell. So that's always a good thing. So we're doing it. Also, having multiple people sell at the same time means there's multiple options for griefers to go after. And most of the time, they'll go after big, slow things like bunkers where people are, driving around 18-wheelers, or they'll go after people flying. They're not going to come after somebody doing a motorcycle or an acid lab because, as you saw earlier, they're too hard to chase motorcycles, man. And the other thing that's good about this one is the fact that it's far away. It's not in the city. A lot of people, they can't see, don't forget. They can't see how many deliveries I have left or what even my delivery route is, or is it 1 that I'm doing? Is it 5? No one else can see that. So a lot of people don't want to fly or drive all the way up here to grief you, not knowing that you could literally just be finishing up, right? So anyway, let's speed up until we get to the first one here. Okay, here we are coming up to our first one. And don't forget, eventually you're going to get like police and things like that are going to start chasing you. It just kind of gets annoying, but you saw that already. But anyway, let's go ahead and do this one. All right, first one done. Let's move on to number 2. Let's just make our marker just in case, even though we know where it is. That's where our Coca-Cola lab is on our main account. So anyway, let's speed this up till we get there. All right, here we are at our second one. We're just going to do the easiest one here. And if you're thinking on the mini-map, you're like, why is there 3 different markers? It's just choose whichever one you want. Go to one of those 3 and you'll be good. All right, there's a cop. We're just going to ignore him. So we know we need to get away from these guys before it's going to show us where our other markers are. But we know where they kind of are, so we're just going to drive towards that location. What I'm going to do from here, not that you care because your cell missions aren't going to be the same, but I'm going to go towards the train track, and we're going to drive up onto the train track. I know on my left-hand side here is the train track. Whoop. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow this train track all the way through the mountain. We're going to lose the cops while we're on our way. And then we should have those markers show up any second now. All right, still going through the train tracks. And as you guys know, if you saw, well, you did, obviously, you saw the earlier part of this video. On a motorcycle, you can kind of dodge and weave your way out of the train's way. But if you're in a vehicle, you're kind of screwed because the vehicle's going to be trying to chase you through here. And what's going to happen is what happened earlier, where they get hit and they can't make it through, but you can. Okay, so anyway, you can see that our markers are here, so we're going straight to E. Or F was that? I don't know. All right, so here we are. I don't see any police, so that should be a good sign. All right, there's... It's up here somewhere, man. Let's just head in that direction. Where did that cop come from? Absolute full of it, man. We're just going to have to get rid of this cop really quick. You know, we're going to go to the train track again. I'll come back to you guys in a sec. You know what? Because of how the police are now, ever since the new Chop Shop DLC, I swear the police have been so much more aggressive than they used to be. So I'm just going to go inside of this tunnel here, which is right next to where I just was. I'm just going to wait them out. All right, there we go. So let's move on to our next one. I'm actually going to put a marker on C, because if we get the police again, obviously, as you guys saw, they disappear, so you can't see where they are. So if I just drive towards E, which is where I know I want to go, and then we know now that our marker is on C, so we'll just drive towards that afterwards. All right, here we are on E once again. I don't see any police, but these guys are sneaky buggers. All right, there we go. We're going to hear the police sirens. No, we're not. All right, straight to the last one. All right, and here we are coming up to our very final spot, ladies and gentlemen. All we're going to have to do is drop this. Hopefully, just be able to walk away. But I'm sure we're going to have something happen here. I hate when you walk towards these and you've got to be in, like, the perfect spot for it. That car's got a nice wheel, though. You see that car right there? This is some nice wheels. All right, now we just need to leave the area. I want to see that car, though. Got some nice wheels on that thing. I like it. I love that car, man. Okay, anywho. Look at that. No cops on us or anything. We're bloody living the dream. All right, now we just need to get out of here, and this is done. So the first one, I think we got 220. We'll talk about it. 320. Let me write that down. It literally went by so fast, but we need to talk about it here. We need to talk about what we're going to do with all our newfound millions. Ouch. Okay, let's head back to the acid lab. All right, guys, so let's talk about this acid lab right here behind me really quick. So as you saw, even without any upgrades to our cell vehicle, we didn't really need it. But if you do want to upgrade it at any point, I would just do maybe like the armor on it, just in case you get shot at, or the acceleration, so like the turbo and stuff like that. But as you saw, we just did 2 cell missions. Yeah, cell missions, and nothing happened. So the first one, without any upgrades, just a basic acid lab after 60,000 resupply. 60,000 resupply is what it costs. So after doing 1 resupply, we got 222,750 in a public lobby. Now, the reason you want to spend that money like we did doing the 10 DAX missions is so that you can upgrade it and to get it so you get faster production speeds and also make more money. So that second one, which was the exact same amount, we got 323,635. So we made $100,000 more than we would have if we didn't upgrade it. And that wasn't even full, right? We didn't even fill this thing up. That was just doing 1 resupply. That was it, 323,000. That's not bad. And also, future me here, as you can see, I say with the rename 5% there as well. Yeah, I forgot to do it in this video. I'm sure you guys already know, but if you're newer to the game, when you're standing in your acid lab, if you hold down and go into your interaction menu, you can rename your acid lab. If you do that, you will get a 5% boost. I'll be doing it in one of these videos here soon, so don't worry about it. I'll show you how to do it, but that's how you do it, and that's how you get the 339. So in total, with the acid lab in this video, we've made around $550,000 just with cell missions. That doesn't include all of the DAX missions we had to do and all of like everything we've had to do. So let's actually put all of our money in the bank and see where we're at. All right, so there we go. At the end of this video, which is episode 3, just 3 videos we've done so far. Starting off as a level 1. We've got to level 21 in 3 episodes, and we've also got 3 million. I mean, I could just do like 1 or 2 DAX missions right now. We'd get that to 3 million in 3 episodes. So now you're probably thinking, all right, what's next? Let me tell you. All right, sorry if I'm a little red. When I went out on the run today, it was very sunny, so I think I've caught the sun here a little bit. But anyway, what is next? So now it's time to start our grind. A lot of people say, listen, how do you have so much money on your account and you own everything? Well, that's what this series is about. We're starting off as a level 1 in 2024 as a brand new player, showing you what I would do if I was to start over again. And right now we're 3 episodes in, and next episode what we're going to do is we're going to be starting the grind. So next episode is where the fun starts. I feel like these first 3 are kind of, you know, we've been grinding a little bit, but we made $1 million the first episode without any businesses. The second episode, we made over $1 million. And the third episode here today, we didn't make over $1 million, but including the DAX missions that we had to do at the beginning of this video, we made around 600,000, I believe, in this video. And it's only been a couple hours. This isn't like a full day that we've been doing this. I could probably make millions just with the acid lab, as you should. So if you're watching this video and you're waiting in between this one and the next one, which will be coming out on Monday. So this weekend, if you're like, okay, what can I do this weekend before I see the next video? Just grind out the acid lab. Make sure it's always full. Make sure you're constantly selling it. Make sure you're always doing the stash houses and G's Cash, the photography, just like we did. Everything we did in episode 1, make sure you're doing now between this video and next video so that we have a little bit more money. But I'm not going to be doing that. We're going to be jumping straight into the next episode here. I'm going to be recording it. You guys will see it on Monday. And the fun is about to start. Let's do it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on Monday with episode 4 of our Beginner's Guide Rags to Riches. See you there.